and...
Is that a picture of him and Mark Wahlberg in the back? Looking very comfy.
Hi there. I'm Will Ferrell, one of the greatest actors in the world. I met a guy named Andrew Steele. Andrew was Iowa born and raised.
I mean, let's be real. He looked awkward as no offense, but this nigga look awkward as hell. Just, I don't know what my body's doing.
While this was all happening, we both got married, became dads, and over the years...
That's how you could tell he was a woman, though. He was like, he was sabotaging his career like, whoa. Like, yeah, bitch. Take a movie where you're playing a Mexican for some reason. Like, if he was responsible for that trash, that Sherlock movie he came out with, yeah, definitely don't be his friend anymore.
He became one of my closest friends. Hey, Will, something I need you to know. I'm old now, and as ridiculous and unnecessary as it may seem to report, I'll be transitioning to live as a woman.
It's really going to be slow and awkward and terrifying, and...
Speaking of awkward, the picture from before.
But I'm not Andrew Steele anymore.
I mean, you're not Andrew Steele anymore because you changed your name to something else. I can't stand the way they try to have it both ways. Like, I'm the completely different person. But when they start to see that their family members are starting to get weirded out by them, like, no, I'm the same person. But no, you're a different person because you said you were pretending to be somebody else before. So which is it?
He responded pretty quickly that he supported me coming out.
I mean, what else is he supposed to do?
I wrote her a note saying I loved her and supported her, and we'd check in with each other whenever we could.
And I have a lot of questions I want to ask Will. Like, what does being trans mean to him? Does he think I'm a woman? Does he know any trans people besides me?
Well, it's Hollywood. He probably...
Why the name Harper?
He knows that I've been across this country almost as much as a trucker.
Yeah. Yeah, there was definitely something sus about this dude. That's hilarious. Like, yeah, you were definitely sus as fuck.
Gay!
This is where it gets kind of hairy, because this is, like, around the part. I was looking at it, and I was like, now we're getting kind of... I don't know if I can go back to these places, but, like, it's like they always say, oh, I'm the same person. I'm the same person. I'm not different. I'm the same person, but will I be able to go back to these places? Will I be able to fit in, even though I'm the same person?
Harper, would you want to do a road trip where we visit these places as this new version of yourself?
You know, in case you get your ass kicked, if I'm around, no one's going to want to upset me because I'm famous. So, like, to keep you from getting your ass whooped by MAGA country, I'll go with you. I'll be a buffer.
Yeah, this is going to be hard. And the shoes are the hardest part. Every way that this suitcase can be expanded, I'm going to expand this.
Like, you'd think that because it's, you know, you're the same person. Like, why do you have to suddenly go into girl mode with it? Because at the end of the day, there's no fucking way that you were just, no, I'm woman, so I bring lots of shoes with me on trip because I am woman and I like shoes. No, that's bullshit. That's a performance. That right there is performative bullshit. Gender dysphoria does not suddenly make you a fan of shoes. Get the fuck out of here. I mean, I know dudes who probably wear a different pair of kicks with every outfit they have. It's a little different when it's a chick. This is like, yeah, this is the stereotypical chick. I have like 10 pairs of pumps. Like, that's performative. Because they're the first people to say, well, gender is like a social construct. It's a spectrum and all this shit. But I'm like, if it was, why are you doing all this performative female bull?
A couple pair of shoes, because that's all you really need.
Yeah, but see, I would do, like, even as a woman, I would do the same thing. That's performative female bull. That's like the most neurotic woman you've ever met. The same kind of chicks who will put on makeup to go to the gym. You're not suddenly like that because you have gender dysphoria. Gender dysphoria is not the same thing as having a female brain and living your life as a female. It's not the same thing.
I think I should bring it.
I mean, I like the way they're showing the difference between the both of them, but it's ruined because, you know, the whole trans thing, like, is just performative to help their dysphoria. You're not suddenly a woman because you have gender dysphoria. What's up, nigga?
I'll see you in New York, okay?
Okay. Bye-bye. Is that what they call trans? What the fuck?
Damn!
Nick, just because you put a man in a muumuu didn't make that bitch dress, okay?
I'll see you in New York, okay?
That's not even a woman's voice.
Yeah, I know. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, you're so old, why even do it? Yeah, you're gonna have to do drastic changes to your body, and you're so old at this point, I don't think you even live through it. Why even do it?
I just look at the face, and it's the face of an old Jewish man going through his 5th midlife crisis. Duck the car, the kids, the house, my pension, but I'll take my own balls type.
We are good friends. But are we? Like, it's a weird thing to say.
Yeah, you are. Have they not
Is it-
seen each other for so fucking long that
Is
they
it-
haven't established anything between each other about this?
Is it truly uncharted waters?
In Hollywood, like, really?
There's weird shit that people do in Hollywood, but honestly, you guys don't have much going on in your personal lives, to be serious.
Well, y'all been friends for like 35. Like, yeah, I'm a chick now. This is how I feel comfortable. Like that. Usually, that's where it should end. But they got a message to pander, I guess.
Now, here's a question, because I have no context for the film. Is this a mockumentary or is this real?
It's real.
Okay, if someone were to come to me and say, "Hey, Carl, did you know that Francis Ford Coppola likes to get in the ass and indulges in necrophilia?" Excuse me, no, necrophilia, not necrophilia, coprophilia. I'd say, you know what? I believe that. Yeah, I believe that. Because when you're rich, you get bored. The only thing left for you is the adoration of fans. I honestly think celebrity is what happens when niggas try to become gods. Because the only thing that you can do in the eyes of the public is become legendary. And how do you become legendary? Niggas know who you are in the third fucking world. Oh, Christina Abdul, I love you. I'm going to sacrifice my goat to you. That's like that's a young man's game. It's a young woman's game. Right now, people are bent over for Sabrina Carpenter and Chappell Roan. Excuse me, I almost said Chappelle Roan. But when you get old, plus 50, you end up like either Jack Black or you end up like Henry Cavill. Your hobbies inform your choices, which then inform your business and work. And then occasionally there's a film that you do because you gotta stock up the coffers. And then I've decided that doing films that are based on Jumanji is my personality now. I've relinquished my roles to Nora Lum. Aquafina will be in another 50 films that she does not need to be in, while she continues to not work on her talent as a voice actress. Now I'm going to be Steve in the Minecraft movie. I'm bored. My co-member / bandmate just wished for the death of the president.
Yeah, I mean, he said he came to this decision to transition during the COVID lockdown.
See, that does not help his case.
Yeah.
That's just being bored.
He had a lot of time to sit around and just think about himself and stew and be like, man, the lockdowns fuck people up. Yeah, and he said like him and Will Ferrell didn't talk during that whole time. Like they kind of disconnected during COVID thing. And I'm like, damn, no wonder you made the decision to transition at your age. You didn't have your bro around and you were isolated from people. That's kind of what happens.
A celebrity thing? He doesn't like to be out in the open?
Aren't you both celebrities?
I mean, Will Ferrell way more than him.
You look great, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Oh, hey, thank you.
I love you.
I mean, great for your current condition.
There we go.
Why are you lying to him? He does not look good.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. Like I've only skimmed, but from what I've seen, he looks uncomfortable throughout what I've seen.
I feel like it's contractually obligated that when you're a comedian and you see your friend make a drastic life change, before you can come around to being supportive, you have to get all of the toxicity, Carl air quoted, out of your system. We blacks can't not do that. It's like it's hard coded into our system. We can't choose any other choice but that. Then it'll make us feel more comfortable.
Shag carpet everywhere.
It's so comfortable.
Oh, it's so luxurious.
Nigga, you put shag carpet in a car?
He's a woman.
I saw you at SNL one time, I think like maybe 3 or 4 before the pandemic.
You brought out a little tiny saxophone?
I did?
Yeah.
They don't look like they're comfortable.
Right.
Zeke for the table.
No.
No, not for the table.
All right, no cap though. Zeke sauce is the bomb.
Harper's still dad because she said she was dad.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, so are they both
Yeah.
girls?
Yeah, they're both girls, but like one of them's a tomboy.
So it felt gradual to me. It didn't feel like a shock.
And that was after a divorce.
And representation, and I sort of idolized that in a weird way. Still my dad.
Pause. It's weird to want to idolize your dad.
Well, hold on, let's rewind that to see. really get what she said.
Easy to accept immediately, right?
Right.
But for me, I think I had a moment of like, my dad was my only sort of masculine representation, and I sort of idolized that in a weird way. Still my dad.
In a weird way.
But I think for me, the only thing I lost was that masculine figure, but you don't really need it.
Ugh. But then again, like, they were already grown when this happened, so
I guess you're already grown, so who fuck cares?
yeah. Like he did it after a divorce. He did it after the kids were grown up. It's not like he's some selfish asshole who just did the switch when everything is like good out of nowhere, and then expect the whole family to revolve around him. Basically, adapts to this huge culture shock. So I'll give him that. But it's like, damn, my masculine that masculine energy that I need. It's gone now, but he's my dad and I can't not accept it. So
the dead person shock is always surprising in every transsexual story because you cannot explain a lifestyle change without mourning the person they used to be. However, your daughters are so non-emotional. It's weird.
yeah.
So it's weird to me that you say it was weird that I miss the masculine energy of my dad, but it's whatever.
Yeah, that's cope. It's cope. That's all cope.
I've seen way too many celebrity kids grow up and are still growing up that are about to be up when they finally hit like age 25. Is she a lesbian?
I don't know about all that, but all I know is that she's like a tomboyish type chick.
She looks like she's halfway to being lesbian is what she looks like. She's already wearing the Bass Pro Fit shop fit. My head is so up during this. It feels like Will thinks this is a film. He's delivering lines like it's supposed to be a comedic joke film.
Yeah.
From the 2010s.
Like I said, I feel like he's uncomfortable and it's like he has to put on a performance. Like he's afraid to act like a person and actually have feelings about how he really feels about the situation. Because he's all out here like because they're doing promotionals for the movie and he's saying a lot of like really cringe dumb that's also very performative and pandery, and I'm like, yeah, you could tell he's overcompensating for some kind of discomfort he feels about this.
Why would you not just record this the way that fucking iDubbbz/Sam Hyde did that whole Nevada incident?
Well, they're not on the road now.
I understand that. I'm just saying the whole entire process of even recording this entire project, like, don't talk about while you're on the road until it's done. Because half of the reason he's probably uncomfortable because he's scared he's gonna lose his career.
Oh yeah, that too.
Hug him like way too long.
Oh, J-Man 425. Bro looks like she bakes children into pies.
One of the great Harper Steel creations. Oops, I crapped my pants. Oh.
Okay, we're gonna do a group.
Everybody looks bad.
Lauren's
Everybody
like,
looks bad.
never come back here.
Yeah, this was a terrifying room. Although I guess if you were in here between dress and air as a writer, this was actually meant that your sketch got on. So,
Right.
so that was.
Also, why do you have your hair up like that way? Why did you do that? Why?
Coming out to my friends was especially hard, and I really can't tell if they think I'm Harper. I think they might think that I'm still Andrew, and now I wear dresses.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. that's what it is, and that's actually how you should approach that. Because any other thing I was gonna say, because any other way you're gonna make people uncomfortable.
Like, I swear to God, if every single person in that original cast picture that you just showed memorabilia of does not light your ass up and have an impromptu roast, they're not really your friends.
When I came out, all of you responded. Everyone, Tim was a little negative, but
I thought she was joking at first.
I
was like, she's joking. This is not fucking real. I'm going to send the most racist, sexist jokes back to her and see what she said.
Exactly.
Tomatoes is the G. Yeah, Seth Meyers or whichever Myers this is. You can tell he's terrified.
Still works with a show on late night. Of course his bitch ass is terrified.
Yeah.
This could actually directly affect his ratings.
I walked down an alley a couple weeks ago, and I was like,
No,
I don't like this.
don't do that.
I can't do
Yeah.
this.
It's not safe
Yeah.
for you
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not safe for you anymore. New York isn't safe for anybody anymore. What the fuck are you talking about? I love that. Like, oh, it's not anymore. New York, not safe for you anymore. You remember when Rick Moranis got punched in the goddamn face? Come on, bro.
Like, y'all niggas can hire private security. You guys are just bleeding heart liberals that don't believe in guns.
Like, yeah, you like cheap bars and oh, I like the salt of the earth of America, but you don't know, like, just don't. You from Iowa? You don't want to buy a gun? Fuck out of here.
Is it ever safe to walk down an alley?
Oh, see it. Tim is like he can hear us. Tim is us. Tim is us right now.
Meanwhile, Tina Fey over here, like, it's just not safe for you. It's just not safe for
Like,
you.
shut up, Tina. It's
I
not
swear,
safe
Tina-
for you now.
I swear, Tina Fey looks like the person who would most likely have 2 gold-plated double barrels engraved with her insignia on it, so that when she pistol whips your ass, it leaves the TF on the front of your forehead.
Will will be with you in the car.
I'm a narcoleptic and I'm not a good driver.
Like, room full of comedians, and that's all we got.
Oh, here's a good question. Is comedian if they ever stop telling jokes out of fear?
No, they're not. Yeah, they're officially like not a comedian anymore. If they, there's a trans person in the room, can't joke anymore. Yeah, you've officially given up your comedian card.
I mean, like, Tim Meadows is obviously a comedian. This nigga's cutting jokes in the middle of the room, laughing at them like he's me. Meanwhile, Tina can't say a damn thing. Seth can't say a damn thing. I don't know who the other fat bitch is, but she didn't say a goddamn thing.
I'm curious how you settled on your name.
Yeah. So my first impulse was to make it easy on everyone else. Hey, there's nothing weird going on over here. So
Even though there is.
nothing to see. I'm just gonna change Andrew to Angie. You guys, that's
And-
pretty easy.
yeah.
Harper Lee, the woman who wrote To Kill a Mockingbird.
Right.
Oh, wow. That's it. That's what it's gonna be.
Gosh.
And that was it.
Nah, that's probably Harper.
Boy, Honda Civic says this looks like the Epstein lawyer in drag.
True.
Oh, there's no water in it. There's some water. Right down here. Magnificent.
You say one problem, right?
Wait, what?
Oh, there's no water. There's some water. Right here. Oh. That's a line. That's a line
yeah.
for a tweet.
yeah, true. It's just the most awkward small talk. They should be. I would be throwing off a whole bunch of trans jokes. Friends usually do throw at each other like that, and it's like, oh, here's some water right here. I wish my name was Steve. Or what is this weak?
Fear of having a cop pull me over for a speeding ticket, and
Why would a cop give a f- if you were trans?
Why do you feel like you need to have an emergency change of clothes like you take care of a toddler? There's no world. I can tell you right now, having worked in the service and servant industry. That's right. I served you your food and I did your taxes. There is no world where a single person who works for the government or state gives a if you are trans. In fact, more than likely, your social worker is trans.
I will see the country that I love as myself, which I've never done.
And do you really love your country? You just said you don't care about your American history.
And plus, didn't you always suspect that you were a woman, a girl? Didn't you say you always felt that way? Like, it's not like, and your male persona was just that, a persona, like an act you were putting on. But, I mean, just, you want to have it both ways. Like, I'm a completely changed person, but I'm also the same person. I was always a woman. I knew that all the time, but now I'm a different person. Like, it's like you want it both ways because you want to maximize the victim complex as much as possible.
Like New York cops, especially if we're going with like the traditional portrayal of the New York cop, not what the they have, because they have no New York cops. There's no world where they're gonna care that much. In fact, more than likely, they're gonna tell a joke like, "Hey, I used to have a friend that worked on Broadway. This ain't nothing new to me, bub."
It's called Journal Number 1.
Why did you type it instead of longhand?
I did it because I wanted to just put it down. Bad writing at all.
You did it because you wanted to write a book.
Yeah.
You did it because you wanted to write a book.
Yeah. Or a script for a movie. I just wanted to be all mistakes. And okay, but you could have written in pen then.
You're a Hollywood writer. You are an executive level writer. You're doing it because you want to write a book. Oh, this is my story of my coming out, of me becoming trans during lockdown. That is a movie.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you because I was thinking about it.
That is a giant cigar.
Yeah, damn. Nigga is smoking a BBC.
There are no ground rules with friends. I'm telling you. That's
Yeah,
what I need
yeah.
you to know.
But
Like,
that's what
yeah.
you.
No, there are ground rules with friends. That's why they're your friends.
And plus, like, it doesn't seem like y'all joke the way friends joke. Like, it's been a little rigid. Let's be real. Like, I don't know, it's like some trans jokes would have been thrown around at this point. Since y'all are not only like friends, but you worked on a comedy show for years together, which means y'all been throwing around ideas for jokes of what's acceptable and what's not acceptable for years. And like, why are y'all rigid? Y'all too rigid for people who've been friends.
You're the man.
What about the woman?
What about the woman?
You're still the woman.
Yes,
Thank you.
still the woman.
Yeah.
Woo!
Just happened.
Like, I guess like he spotted Will Ferrell and was like, "Yeah, you're the man, Will Ferrell." And then he tried to draw attention to his trans friend, and I guess because the dude couldn't see that well, he says like, "Yeah, you're the woman." Because from far away, like you could just mistake him for like a really old white woman and just be done with it.
Yes.
And, another thing that's like kind of sus is that nobody else notices them but that guy.
Yeah.
How is there no crowd gathering?
And this is bizarre, by the way. Him and his writer friend, who apparently eat nothing but a hard, strict diet of canned Pringles in a top chip can. I'm sorry.
Which is that could have been a fucking product placement.
True. Like, I have no clue. They had the old Pringles logo and the new Pringles logo, and there was all the stacked variations. Apparently, he just likes to hot fire, I guess.
But see, that Pringles was so blatant.
So egregious. Where it's like, why did you arrange it like that?
Well, it's Pringles, and then when I get my surgery, I can put my dick in a Pringles can to preserve it.
And how about you, sir?
Ma'am.
Ma'am, I am so sorry.
That's okay. But that's quite all right. I'm going to get the...
it begins!
I don't like being misgendered that much, but what can I do, pal?
Nothing. And be normal. Because it happens.
It's like, you gotta accept the fact that you're not, and you're at that age where you're never gonna pass. It's just not gonna happen. All the plastic surgery in the world, because you're already too old to be getting plastic surgery. Like, all the old starlets who get that now, they can't still get it medically, technically, but they're used to getting it. And, they're chicks. Yeah, but like, he's so old, he wouldn't be able to get it, and for it to be passable, you're gonna be looking like a whole ass dude for the rest of your life right now.
It's gonna.
It is going to happen.
He can't even respond to it. Like, he wants to say so bad, you a whole ass man. You look like a whole ass dude.
Tim Meadows wouldn't struggle to say that.
No, he wouldn't. Let's see Tim Meadows and his trans friend. I want that. Like, Will Ferrell so badly wants to say, dude, you don't pass. You don't pass at all. You're basically the same dude with long hair. Like, this is so sad for Will Ferrell, because Will Ferrell is funny. And like, that goes make a joke. Cracks. Say, well, you kind of look like long legs. So, you gotta forgive people for thinking you're a dude because you look like long legs. I'm just saying, you got that vibe, you got that aura.
I got the white.
That black dude in the background with the pajama pants. I'm just now noticing him. Like, what's up? Oh, what up with them pants?
Walking through all those bros in a bro-y environment has been my hardest part of my transition, and I'm not totally comfortable with it.
Like, what do you set? You're setting yourself up for ostracization. Unless have you seen them beat a trans person while talking about traveling? Like, it's hard to take the victim complex seriously when it's like you lived the life of a dude, and like, you didn't have a problem with hanging around these before, but now you're afraid of these same people. How does your mindset just magically change just because you have gender dysphoria, which you've had like most of your life?
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
But I'm not sure. It's just they may not see me that way. This is an odd thing to say. I may not see myself that way, but you sort of running point.
And you're not trans, jackass.
Yeah, because well, wait a minute. I thought the whole thing was that you did see yourself this way. This is the that had my eyebrows raised. I'm like, you don't sound right. This doesn't sound Oh, sure.
I've never seen Jack Nicholson. I've never seen Leonardo DiCaprio. I've never seen Vince Vaughn at a basketball game sitting next to their trans friend.
Why is that important? And why is it important that they have a trans friend? You mean they didn't have a trans friend that they would parade around for woke points for Netflix? I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing. That's just me.
I did learn a lot about sports, and I do kind of like it.
Yeah, because you're a guy. It's like the performative. Like I'm saying, like you're trying not to. No, you're trying not to like it and trying to make it seem. Oh, and I'm not into this because I'm a girl, and I was trying to like this because I wanted people to think I was a guy because I'm a girl. Like, come on, bro. Yeah, just say you like sports, you asshole.
You do not have to have testicles to like sports.
I mean, yeah, he did say, "Oh, I'm not saying that women can't like sports," but like the way you are saying this is like, oh yeah, because I'm a girl, I had to pretend I was a guy. I had to pretend to like sports. Bro, you're a dude. You just have gender dysphoria. You're a dude with gender dysphoria. You're not a chick. Ugh. Like I said, if people like him, like the ones who get wrapped up in this, like on the activist tip, would just fucking accept the fact that they just have gender dysphoria and this is what they need to do to make sure they don't go off the deep end, then they'll be a lot better off. A lot better fucking off.
That's a great Title IV book. The Activist's Tip: A Guide to Gender Dysphoria as a Celebrity.
I want to thank you, Indianapolis. I'm here with my friend Harper Steele. She just transitioned. Indy, you've shown us nothing but love. Thank you. This is our first.
How did you guys get this recording in here? That's a legitimate question. Wait a sec. Wait a minute. Hold on. How the did you get a recording device into a licensed and accredited match of the NBA and then get skyhook footage? Certainly you asked them afterwards, after you applied the Meta Maker, your face card. But how did you get it in when you were just taking your normal seats? There's never recording footage that's allowed there.
They had to have pre-planned it.
It has to be.
They had to like call in and say, hey, like, look, Will Ferrell is gonna hit the spot with his camera crew. So like, not to freak anybody out, but that's what's gonna happen. That's not out of the realm of possibility.
I suppose, but then it's not a real documentary.
We start with breaking news out of Indianapolis as Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb signs a bill banning all gender-affirming care for minors. Number of bills.
Oh, I love how they so they're trying to slander or like at least talk this governor, even though he was nice to them. He was nice. He wasn't saying no weird, like when he said the transition, he didn't go off into fucking tirades and he looked fine. Old boy was like, oh, is that the Indianapolis governor? And then they like, oh, well, he signed a bill to keep kids from transitioning. But then they fade out, like you don't hear the minors part. You don't hear the part where the bill was for trans children. They conveniently faded out as they said it. It's so manipulative.
Gender-affirming care for minors. Number of
right, but it say minors. They just put in like, he's passed a bill to ban gender-affirming care. And then when it gets to for minors, it's like, for minors. That is so fucked up.
This is literally the same energy as Florida has decided to join the number of states that are going to be giving the death penalty to pedophiles.
That's some dirty. That's dirty. I'm sorry. He was nothing but fucking nice to you motherfuckers. And it's like, oh, well, he signed a bill that where kids can't take hormones and get their dicks chopped off. Oh, he's so evil. This Indianapolis, oh, like we're outside of New York, and outside of New York, everyone's just fucking evil and hates trans people. Oh. See, now you make me want to like vote for the dude now. If I lived in Indianapolis. But that's deceptive as hell. Like, how are you going to do some... Yeah, that's
Genderism must be eradicated from public life.
Oh, is that Michael Knowles' voice? I think that's Michael Knowles. Hang on.
I think that's Michael.
Life entire.
Yeah, that's Michael Knowles. I think someone tried to twist what he said to mean like genocide, and I'm like, no. Like, if he had said it nicer, it would have sounded like a good thing, which, like, yeah, I don't want gender dysphoria to exist because it's very debilitating to people. If he had said it like that, it would have been fine. Like, saying that transgenderism should be eradicated. Like I said, for someone like me who can think, I understand what he's trying to say. But it's other people who get caught up in calling everything genocide and evil and like, you just want us killed. Like, yeah, of course you're going to find something wrong with it.
He asked what we were doing,
Right.
and we told him, and he seemed to
Okay with that.
Yeah. So what the f was up with that doom and gloom a second ago?
No,
That was my negative take. That was the one place where I was like, I should have just to see what he happened to say.
Yeah.
That's because you don't agree with the nigga doesn't mean he's Hitler.
Yeah,
He doesn't
right.
have Hitler particles.
Right? It's like they don't. Well, I mean, maybe Will Ferrell does get it. I have a feeling he does because even this conversation is making him a little like skittish and uncomfortable. But I have a feeling like his friend doesn't get it and doesn't get the industry that they are in is hyper judgmental, very secluded and sheltered, and that's a problem.
Are you from here originally?
Yeah, this is Pekin right here.
Okay.
Oh boy.
My first day in kindergarten, I walked in and I sat down with the girls. She grabbed me by the hand and said, "No, baby, you got to go in the boys' line. You're a boy." And I went in the bathroom, threw up at everything, and my mom came and got me, and I told her what had happened, and she said, "Well, honey, you're a boy. You can't go in there with the girls. You got different body parts and stuff."
Like, how do you know you were a girl at that young?
If I speak, we'll both be canceled. What do you mean? I didn't know what that was. I wanted to get in the girls' line. I thought it was just like the girls, you know, the girlies. You were a boy. Nobody. And I do mean almost literally nobody, which means virtually nobody. Like 99.99%. Probably more like 190 if you lived in New York. Nobody in America outside of the liberal coast cities ever met a person that was queer, trans, questioning, two-spirited, or any of this other gobbledygook that you have put together with things. And most importantly, y'all are not a community. Y'all niggas are not a community.
Yeah, you have gender dysphoria. That's not a community.
Associating and trauma bonding, because that's what you have. You have trauma bond. You are sad because you got bullied when you were kids, so you made that your entire identity and associate with other people who didn't trauma bond and don't have personalities of their own, because if they had strong personalities, like, yes, absolutely, I'm a man, I like getting bent over by men, but I also like playing rugby on Tuesdays. If you met people who were gay with strong personalities, you would feel threatened by them, because you don't have one, sweetie. You don't have one.
Why am I like this, you know?
Because your mother drank when you were in fetus.
But that first estrogen pill is like, ta-da, magic, this is the most amazing feeling. Like, you know.
Called a drug for a reason.
I got high. I grew titties and I got high. Also, Will Ferrell is going full George W. next to
I really do like passing. And I would love to pass.
You have to stop walking like that, like a.
If you want to pass, change your stance for one.
Wait, that black dude in the back. He's like, it's Will Ferrell, man.
No, not alternate universe EDP. No.
Was I doing this for me or for society? You know?
Both. Both. You're doing it for both. That's what it is. That's for.
A lot.
I'm having a brain aneurysm.
Babe, I got you, babe.
How much did it cost you to get the credits for that?
Also, that might have been strategic as well, because Sonny and Cher have their, their trans son.
Like a theme song for this road trip?
Oh, we could call someone.
Who are you thinking?
Fred Armisen comes to mind, right?
Fred.
That's your brain on dysphoria.
Jazzy. Don't forget.
Damn, I wish this was funny.
Here's a question. Do you think you're a worse driver as a female driver?
That's the dumbest. That is so. No, that is so. Oh, you.
Zing.
But I am.
Woo. Yeah. Finally,
Yeah.
jokes.
Okay, there
Finally.
you go. There you go. And we only waited 45 minutes for the actual joke.
I'm gonna put you on speaker so Will can ask you some questions.
That's a woman right there.
Oh, should this be a housewarming gift?
Oh, thank you.
Do you like Pringles?
I love Pringles.
Eleanor gave me a pair of her bell bottoms that she didn't want anymore, and they were white frilly bell bottoms. They were my favorite article of clothing. And I went to the skate park with my skate friends. Hey, we got to come back next week. They're doing it again next week. We got to come back. And then someone goes, yeah, but don't bring those faggy pants. And
he was wearing girls' pants. What the f you expect?
That's weird, dude.
What the f do you expect people to say?
If a nigga goes out in the house wearing a blouse, you expect niggas not to mention, my nigga, you wearing a blouse?
I mean, that's what, like, you hit people back with a roast or something. Defend yourself. Like, don't be in denial about what the situation is. You were wearing girls' pants as a boy, and then people were like, yeah, what? and you got roasted. It happens. You were a kid.
Eleanor, you haven't touched your Pringles.
Shut the up!
It's an ad. It's a Pringles ad.
And where did these come from?
A potato.
Where did these come from? Where the bitch would you think they get the stove? This is an ad because that's what it's an ad.
This is a Pringles ad. This feels like a Pringles ad.
Mm-hmm.
And I could ride that. Hey, can I ride that?
Hey, do you mind if she borrows your unicycle just for a second?
You just randomly saw a kid with a unicycle in 2024. You with me, right?
Only if they were making TikToks. I don't believe you, Will Ferrell.
Come on. You just found a little nigga with a unicycle. So a mode of transportation that you specifically used to ride on when you were a kid.
Ride your unicycle just for a second?
What are the odds?
Oh, that's awesome. I'm in heels, so it might be a little hard. It's been many years, okay? Okay, once you're on now.
Whoa!
Yeah, once you're on, yeah, there we go. There we go. It's so unstable.
Maybe because you're wearing heels.
Yeah, but you know what? That is such a flex over women because of course a dude is gonna like be better at maneuvering in heels because like they're very tactile. Is that the word? Hang on, let me look that up. Okay, well yeah, that's how they are. Like, of course, woman will bust her ass, but like, he's like at least doing a decent job.
Now look at all these people who have gathered around to watch the trans.
Man, that's weird.
I know.
Very weird.
Very weird that we came across someone who just so happened to be riding a unicycle.
Every time I've done something that's made me feel better in my own body, for myself,
It's amazing.
It's been
Exhilarating.
guns a-blazing.
And my question is, what happens when that feeling stops and you can't do it anymore? You can't like keep the shit going. Because that to me sounds like some dependency. It sounds like, yeah, the more you do it, the more the more hits of dopamine you get from it. So I'm like, how when you can't do it anymore because you got the boobs and you're taking. I guess he's taking the estrogen, but I don't know what else he's gonna do. Because ain't no way you can get a bunch of plastic surgery at your age. I'm just saying, you got to be used to that like Madonna or somebody. You can't just get it while you already dried up.
Do you foresee wanting to have other physical augmentation?
Possibly.
In the future.
Well, that was a weird way to phrase that question.
Well, I'm 61.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be.
And that is life-threatening, by the way. Like, you could die from getting that because it's still basically experimental and they don't know what the f they're doing with bottom surgeries. Yeah, it's like, yeah, you could die.
Have you been to Nordstrom's rack since you've gotten your own rack?
Very good. How many clean undies do you have left?
I'm getting down to the
nitty-gritty?
Yep.
You're rich people. Buy a 12-pack from Walmart.
Driving back and forth across the country, going to little towns like this, stopping in bars, drinking, meeting people. But I just don't know if I can anymore.
What a weird thing for you to say. Why would you say that?
Because he thinks he's going to be killed or harassed or whatever. But like I said this before. I'm like, you were always technically a woman, according to you. You knew about these people and how they operate before. Because like you said, you love going to these places. Have you seen any trans harassments or whatever? Because, you clearly have not because you're throwing yourself back into the trenches. Yeah, I don't believe that you believe that. It's not like you're two different people. You're the same dude who hung out with these fucking people. So you should already have insight on how these people operate. So the fact that you scared now when you weren't scared before, even though you were always trans, that's like, yeah, you trying to get because I'm a girl now. I got to be afraid to be in public with people. Jesus Christ. That victim complex you're trying to get us to get on board with. Like, why does he have to not be in there? And they're like, "Oh, you're gonna call me in there when something goes sideways." Like, what the are you talking about? Oh no! It's the flag, Carl. It's the flag.
The flag, the rubber flag that is not the real flag of the Confederacy that almost literally nobody knows. Of the flag that they say is the one that's for racism, but is actually not. No, not that flag.
Oh yeah, and there's a Trump flag too. Trump, law and order, and the bear arms. Like, okay. And I could understand if there was like a Nazi flag in here, but like some Confederacy and a Trump, it's like a Trump thing. Who gives a but yeah, this is for the Netflix crowd. Indeed. Indeed. Yeah, once again, it's like, well, like I love these people. Like, and also acting like that while you got a camera crew in there with you. It's just like, get it up there and order a goddamn beer or some. Stop acting like a bitch. Got a whole ass camera crew. Like, stop.
It's like, what are they doing in there?
Does he think that like he's being sacrificed to the Confederate gods or something? Like, what the they're playing up the drama and it's just not working. Most people look at this, oh, this is I live with every day. These are good people. Why the y'all making a big deal out of this?
Like every attempt you have to make it dramatic just highlights the sheer non-danger you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how's that going over there for you guys? Gals.
Oh my god. That was.
Hello? Hey.
Come on in.
Okay, this is my friend Harper.
How you doing? Nice to meet you, bro. Hey, not a bro though. But that's okay.
Honda Civic, the standing like he's worried. Like, yeah, like it's all just played up so it's so transparent. Everything's played up to 11. It's cringe. And everybody's giving us rave reviews. Get the out of here. This is the official Native American bottom surgery screaming. Ed Snake 92. I write for TV. Do you cousin know SNL? Honda Civic. Hey, you country. Do you like my liberal politics and care about my transition?
I used to come out to these kind of places before when I was still a guy, and then I transitioned and I got a little afraid because, you know what I'm saying.
No, I don't know what you're saying. What the f*** you implying, bitch? You think my son's gonna start throwing rocks at your ass? Oh, I transitioned and I was afraid to come back out here because you know. No, I don't know. What the f*** you talking about? Imagine if this was like a black person in the hood and you were just saying it's safe to villainize white people like this. You know, rural white people. It's fine to do it to them.
In any situation with any other minority, with any other stereotype, it would have been a very high macro-aggressive offense.
Mm-hmm. You know, you guys are naturally very violent. Yeah, you know. Oh my God. Ugh. Most people in this country want to keep to themselves and do right by the ones they love, and they ain't got time to be going around randomly with people. Like, most people are decent people and don't give a. It's that scenario where, yeah, you grew up in a rural area your whole life. You had some quirks that weren't accepted, and then you went to New York and had this whole other life, experienced all these other people, and you're like, oh, this is so much better than where I came from. And then you got accustomed to that, and then you villainize these people because you sheltered yourself, ostracizing yourself from these people. Like, as much as he wants to say, oh, I traveled, I've hung out with these are my people, but I don't know, man. Like, no, you've always felt this way about them. Stop fronting like you were some people person before. You weren't.
They can't be your people if you're living in an entirely different sector of class in society than them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no world. Like, you think, liberals, you think they're your people because you're like, I identify with middle class America. I write TV for middle class America, but you're not middle class American. You write entertainment for them to watch. But the way that you act and the way that you speak tells me that you don't see yourself as them. So you say you can walk and go in the places where they go, but you feel always uncomfortable because you know your bitch ass don't belong.
You know you don't with these people. You put that barrier between yourself and them because you think you're better than them because you've been in that big that big New York life.
Not how I felt about it, because I just keep hearing on the news all this terrible stuff.
Yeah! I just keep hearing on the news all this propaganda about like 95% of the country. Yeah, nigga! Yeah! That should tell you something. Turn off the TV! Turn off the news, bitch! Like, are those alarm bells going off in your brain? Like, are you starting to notice something? I hear all these horrible stories about people, and I love how they don't Will doesn't let him finish that thought. Let him finish it. Let it simmer around in that brain of his. Let it fester so he can contemplate. Don't cut him off. He needs to think that. He needs to hear himself think.
I'm not really afraid of these people.
Yeah, you were. Stop fronting. Yeah, you were.
I'm afraid of hating myself.
No. Like, see, he was almost there, right? Like, he said, oh, well, yeah, I feel this way, and it's not on them. It's like, okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. But then he said, oh, I'm not afraid of these people. No, you were. No, you definitely were. Like, did we forget about that scene? Trump flag and you put danger music over it? You were definitely afraid of these people.
You are afraid. What are you doing here?
I mean, I like that there's some self-reflection, but like he's out here fronting like he wasn't afraid of these people. Like, no, you were. And honestly, Will Ferrell should be the first one to defend these people because he's been out there. Because he's a celebrity, his whole thing is entertaining people and being out there with the people and like making them laugh and making them. He should be the first one to like be putting out a monologue like, why are you afraid of these people?
Honestly, he should have. The first thing he should have said is that, and that wouldn't happen if it wasn't for you. Why would they hate you if they hate with
exactly
me?
that exactly. There you go. Yeah, I mean, think about it. Really though, people will tell you, oh, you go to these places, they're gonna kill you for being trans. But like, where are these trans people mostly being killed? What cities? It ain't. You know damn well there isn't a pile of trans bodies in Oklahoma. They mostly die in major metropolitan blue cities. That's where they die most of the time. And we're not going to get into the reality of why that is. They usually, because that's where they're mostly are at anyway, in major cities. Ain't nobody killing trans people in Oklahoma. Like that's not happening. That's just the reality of it. Like whatever.
I dream of a world where I can lay my vulnerabilities out there, open for.
It's feeling super not like a documentary when you add like this. It feels like that would be a voiceover for the next transition to the next part of the act.
I'm optimistic. I'm 61, but I would love to be in a relationship again.
And in your mind's eye,
pause. You want to be slutted and gutted. I get it. We're all human, chat. We all want to be the debutante who gets ravaged by the football player and to be the football player who gets to cream pie his high school sweetheart. Okay, we all have wanted it. We've all needed it. Some of us still need it.
You know he wanted to be wined and dined by some Pierce Brosnan looking ass.
Trans man's like, I just want to be wined and dined by a silver fox, you know?
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan and Mrs. Doubtfire. It is funny because Pierce Brosnan was in Mrs. Doubtfire. Now I'm just imagining Pierce Brosnan sucking face with Mrs. Doubtfire. Oh, God.
Ladies and gentlemen, the world's greatest private investigator, Sherlock Holmes.
But why, though? This is definitely staged.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do you want me to announce you? Sherlock Holmes from...
Honestly, I would just eat a loaded potato and some steak right now. Oh, I can smell that restaurant, boy.
As much as I've been in a fishbowl in various times in my life, yeah, this trumps all.
This fuck does not fly in Texas, asswipe. Someone needs to let Will Ferrell and his trans buddies know Texas is not Hollywood. Take your heathen asses and leave. That's from a website. Okay.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm gonna see. That's a YouTube comment.
This has to be a TikTok comment right here. Because
Wonder
I
Woman
recognize the date format.
That's TikTok. That also looks like TikTok. I'm gonna look through that one. Lady Constance 8. Apparently, Lady Tigress, Lady Constance 8 is a Texas conservative.
Wonder if Sherlock can figure out he's eating with a man. And like, this is lame. Like, a lot of these are lame though. Like, it's like, okay, they don't acknowledge that you're a girl. So who gives a shit? Like the Nick one, that's dickish. But the rest of them are just like, okay.
Can you go back to the Lady Constance one? I'm trying to confirm that's a real tweet. It's not coming up on the top. It's not coming up on latest. That looks like it's from an article too. 1 second. Can you show me the website of what that article came from? Cron.com.
Yeah.
Okay, the Cron article is real, but I cannot find the tweet. So either, I don't want to say it's a fake comment, but they either deleted it or they have scrubbed their feed because the account is real, the article is real, but I cannot find the tweet. So they probably nuked that. More than likely, they nuked it as soon as they found out that this was coming out. It was the creature across from Sherlock. I mean, these are very low bar comments. I would need to see somebody of your caliber and level and of your fame roasting you for eating in public while trans. Otherwise, I don't give a shit. Because aren't you just filling in the stereotype by being so hyper-focused on the public opinion? Shouldn't you be living your truth? Does your truth come at the cost of your social media feed?
You know, no, the saddest part for me is, I just feel
like you're crying. Oh no. And it doesn't even feel real.
I feel like I let you down in that moment.
Oh,
you know?
no.
This is so phony. Get the
oh my god, I didn't do a disservice. A wink. It's okay, Will. We understand. We know you would not be doing this if it weren't for the fact you're scared this can with your career.
We gotta worry about Harper's safety. You know, like what?
motherfucker was not in danger. Stop. Just like this motherfucker, and they weren't gonna harass a trans person in front of Will Ferrell. It wasn't gonna happen. So just stop. Stop with the crocodile tears, nigga.
Who's that dude? Oh, yeah. Here's a good one, though, too. Will Ferrell.
Aren't you just re-traumatizing yourself?
Yep. That's what makes me not want to feel sorry for you. Is you out looking for this
Oh, here's one just about you.
Okay.
You want to hear this one?
Yes, please.
A satanic Illuminati pedophile in Iowa.
And that's me.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? When you're trans.
You are rich niggas!
And you're in your 60s. It's like, let it go. Let it go. You too old to be crying over this.
I am a trans woman. I'm fine with that. But I am feeling something. It's not unhealthy. It's made me actually healthier in many ways.
Oh, no, don't say that. But it's healthy. No, it isn't. We're born with a dick and balls. And you think you're a chick. There's nothing healthy about it. Like, whatever. You dress like a chick to alleviate the symptoms. But stop trying to convince people that it's normal and not unhealthy.
There's more across to the line of you dress like a woman to deal with the fact that you don't feel special. But that's hurtful, air quote Carl said. That's hurtful when you say it like that. But you are re-traumatizing yourself with that you don't need to be worried about.
I was here working on MacGruber when we all first found out that you were transitioning. And it was here exactly 1 year ago to today.
They're working on MacGruber. That movie came out a long time ago.
Yeah.
Unless he's talking about some other MacGruber. I don't know. I know damn well there couldn't have been a sequel.
Either it was a film or it was a streaming series. I want to say streaming series because I see Peacock from 2021. So it probably was a follow-up series, 2021 on December 16th.
Oh, okay.
We're on a road trip as well.
Yeah.
Harper transitioned.
I transitioned and we're just sort of...
We're kind of discussing what that means.
Navigating our...
Yeah, okay, but do you have to tell everybody that everywhere you go? Just say I'm a chick and then see what happens? Because I think the whole point should be that, the trans thing is the elephant. That's how it should be treated. That's how it should have been treated throughout this whole documentary. The trans thing is the elephant in the room. I'm just gonna tell people I'm a girl and see how they with that.
Honestly, but I don't think I'm any different than any woman on the planet when it comes to bathing suits.
Come on. You got a whole ass dick. And like men are shaped differently than women. Like, can we stop the cap?
That's probably the worst thing this film does. It expects you to turn your brain off, which is already an insult, but then it wants you to turn your brain off and just accept this is what it's like to be trans. This is what it's like to be... No, this is what it's like to be trans when you're a celebrity writer at the age of 61. Don't you tell people this is the horror of what you have to deal with when you're trans. Random people that don't know you are just going to talk about you on Twitter. Everybody talks about people on Twitter. It's not a real place.
Why don't you take me to a very fancy dinner? Because they've got some 5-star restaurants now in Vegas.
Oh, okay. Even though you have yet to pay for anything.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to that.
Okay.
That's a little of a flex right there. Even though you have yet to pay for anything.
Yeah, he's taking advantage of his woman card. Like, you have not paid for anything.
Okay, now you're wearing an actual dress. Let's see it look. Nope. Nope.
Like, nope.
Nope. Nope. It's good that you chose something black and not something with color, because it would even more reveal your horrible mannish figure. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
The energy of you walking in that dress is not right. You walk into the room like, hey, how you doing? I'm a nigga.
Oh my God.
Will, that is hilarious.
I thought he was going to dress like a girl, and I was like, well, no! Don't do it, brother! Don't let him put you in the dress, my nigga.
I don't know if it's working or not. I can't tell.
I can't tell either, but...
He puts on makeup. It looks like the makeup doesn't take to his face. It's like I'm waiting for him to look like, even though I know he's a dude, and it's probably not going to work the same. Like, I'm still like, why isn't this? It's like the makeup is like afraid of your face, and it runs away as soon as you put it on.
But you look great.
Yeah, I noticed how he stopped himself. It's like, he didn't want to say you look pretty because that's not gonna feel like the truth. So he said, yeah, you look great.
So
Gosh, I love that for St. Patrick's.
Damn, that little he got nothing on that leg. Got a little tiny little, damn, I don't even know how to describe that.
Her own pair of diamond earrings.
Not diamond earrings, really.
Yeah. Just as kind of obviously a memory of the trip, but just like it's okay to feel pretty. Do nice, pretty things for yourself.
You owe me $10,000, by the way. Like, he's been paying for every goddamn thing, and you pay for those earrings, which you know are expensive.
Take my hand.
Why do you need a director in a documentary series?
Yeah.
Why do you need producers?
Yeah, so yeah, I'm not gonna sit through that. But yeah, and most of it felt scripted. You know, a lot of it didn't feel genuine except for a couple moments. It's slightly better than I thought it was gonna be, but it's still not. It's still mostly what I thought it was gonna be. Probably give it a bunch of awards. I expect this to get awards. It might get awards.
It's gonna be nominated definitely for at least several.
Yeah.
Amongst the gay media watchdogs, I can smell glad from a mile away on this. How do you get people to say that it's good? Give it awards. And thus people have to watch it. Now it's part of the culture, part of the conversation. You're not scared of having the conversation about gays and trans, are you?
In spite of a few genuinely good moments that actually felt like there was two people connecting with each other. I need to go to bed. That, like I said, that was painfully mid.